As an Apple fanboy, I was very intrigued when Samsung sent me their latest Tab 10 FE Plus. And yes, I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S24 for a while now. So is this finally going to let me switch to the Samsung ecosystem? Let's find out. This is my review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10 Plus FE. Let's get it. To begin with, this is the FE Plus, not the Ultra. Being an FE is designed to give us some flagship performance at an affordable rate. And at the rate at which the dollar is falling currently, I think this might be an interesting pick for a lot of people, so I can't wait to share my experience with you guys. And to begin with, we're going to start with the build and design. This is big. This is really big, but it's actually not so heavy, but it feels premium too. It has aluminum for the frame and the back, and the front is glass. It comes in 3 different colors: gray, silver, and blue. The back isn't so much of a fingerprint magnet, and it's very thin at about 6 millimeters. Let me know guys in the comment section, would you like to see me try bend this? Should we do a bend test? But even at this huge size, there are a couple of features on here or placement on here that I really like. Let me show you. Placement of the stereo speaker. Since this device naturally falls in your hand like this, the speaker grill are placed at the top half of the tablet, meaning you are not going to get accidental blocks when you are using them, and they sound really good. You can actually feel the stereo spill with the speakers on each sides of the tablet. Placement of the selfie cam for video calls too is really cool on the horizontal side, the natural place it's supposed to be. And this is what the video sample from the selfie camera looks like. To be honest, I think this looks really good, especially if you like doing video calls. So this is a real life test. The fingerprint sensor too, the placement is really cool. Once you hold the device, your finger naturally rests on the power button, which also has the fingerprint sensor in it. And guys, it's really good. It has never actually messed anytime I'm trying to open it, so it has been working really well as well. So when it comes to build and design, I think Samsung nailed this one. Oh, before I forget, this is also IP68 dust and water resistant. So I guess Samsung wants you to use this in the rain. Not exactly in the rain, but for instance, maybe you have a jacuzzi to pop this somewhere and watch your movies, or maybe they want you to just take it to the shower to watch your favorite series and the like. But yeah, this is actually water resistant, so it can actually survive some splashes here and there. But are you guys going to use this at the poolside or in the shower or anything? Let me know in the comment section below where you're going to use this. Just like I said, for the build and design, I think Samsung nailed this, and I have no complaints at all when it comes to this. Maybe one more thing I would have loved to try was the case that comes with, because I feel like it being this thin, the case would have helped it be a little bit solid and also prevent the minimal fingerprints that I see at the back. So far, so good. Now let's talk about the display. A massive 13.1 inches is an IPS LCD display at 90 Hz with 1800 by 2880 pixels. And this is a sweet 16 by 10 aspect ratio. Definitely nice when you decide to watch those wide angle movies. But first and foremost, I love the bezels on here. The uniform bezels all around the display. It's not so thick, but gives you enough space for you to hold the device in case your finger comes around the display without actually affecting what you're watching. The display is bright, it has nice looking colors, but this is where I actually saw the first cut what Samsung had to reduce in order to keep the price this low. The display is a regular IPS LCD display. I'm not saying it's not good, but it lacks that punchy, dark, rich colors that you come with their own AMOLED displays. Like you can definitely see that if you watch this on the side, especially if you watch this on the side. But if you're watching it straight up front, you are not going to have any complaints at all. To be honest, watching YouTube videos, video calls, and the likes on the display was an amazing experience. But I know what other Samsung devices displays look like, especially when they're AMOLED. So I find myself comparing it here and there, especially coming from an iPad Pro 6th Gen. But this costs a fortune, whilst this is reasonably priced. And with this display, you can do a lot. For watching your favorite series or movies on the go, this is really nice. The fact that I can just go sit on my porch and watch amazing content on here is really cool. If you want to get some work done too, this comes with some professional tools like Excel, CapCut, and the likes. And for gaming, this is just sweet, especially if you like playing those shooter games, fast-paced games. This actually plays really, really nice. It literally allows you to carry your entertainment, work, gaming with you everywhere you go. The display is literally a monster. I'm sure if Samsung added a keypad for me to try with this, so I can't really say much when it comes to the keyboard, it could literally be someone's laptop. For performance, this comes to the Exynos 1580, the same chipset that we find in the Samsung Galaxy A56, so it performs really well. It comes with Android 15, One UI 7, just like what we have on the latest A series and the S series, but on a very huge display. You can swipe from the right to get your control center and swipe from your left to get your notifications. It comes to 128GB of storage and 8GB of RAM. If you're a heavy user, 128 might not be enough for you, so it comes in a 256 option if you want to upgrade to that. Or you can just put in an SD card up to 2TB. So you can keep a lot of footage or memories or anything on here. Personally, some of the few things I enjoyed on here included app continuity. Like, you know, the ecosystem thing that Apple has, Samsung has it too, and it works really well. For instance, if I'm browsing on the S24, I can literally pick up the tablet and continue my browsing on there. Even when I get calls on my Samsung, I can even pick it here and answer the calls. Very, very convenient, and even reply to text messages right from here. It works just like the Apple ecosystem. So guys, if you haven't tried the Samsung ecosystem, you should probably try it. I can't wait to have the buds too. Then I see how easy it is to move from the phone to the tablet. One day, hopefully one day. And you can just swipe up with 2 fingers to just split screen, because this is a huge display. You definitely want to multitask. Or you can also swipe from the right side. It comes to all the AI features that we have in the S series and some of the A series as well, like circle to search, math solver. But so far, when it comes to performance, I had no complaints when it comes to this. But when you're playing games at the highest settings, sometimes you could see some frame drops. So don't put it at the highest total settings. Then you have one of the best experience with this. Watching movies on here was fun. Getting work done on here was fun. The display was literally like having a laptop, but with no keyboard. So I really enjoyed it. Luckily, we are going to get about 6 years OS support with this guy. So if you decide to purchase one of these, you can go up to 2030, 2031. That is amazing. Now that brings me to the battery life. Guys, a 10,000 mAh battery and supports 45 watts of fast charging. I've never had a problem when it comes to the battery life with this. Like, I can go like 2, 3, 4 days without charging this, especially because I find myself just watching a lot of YouTube videos and 1 or 2 times making some video calls. But the battery life on here has been amazing. It charges really fast too at 45 watts, so that is really cool. Battery life hasn't been any issue. Lastly, let's talk about the camera at the back. Like, this is a huge tablet. I didn't take a lot of pictures with this. Like, I'm not going to stand outside and be pointing this and stuff. But if you want to take pictures, these are the kind of samples that you're going to get from this. It actually works. Yeah, it can actually work. You can probably post some of these on social media. It actually takes a SIM card. You can literally make calls here. But don't be that guy that is standing in public and holding this to your ear, guys, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. So in general, what do I think about the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10 Plus FE? To be honest, this is really nice. It feels really good. It feels premium. If I had to nitpick, the only part that I could complain about was the IPS display. I wish Samsung put an AMOLED display. That would have been top notch. I like the fact that we get to enjoy this big display. All the AI features that come with the S series and the likes, they are all right here. So this tablet has been an amazing experience, and using it together with my Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus has been really, really cool. I can't wait to enjoy the whole experience. But so far, Samsung is really impressing me. So guys, if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.